Who's got the white card?
Cost you a few $100 to buy a call expiring December 17th, 2027 on Lucid Motors at $4 would cost you $74. So if Lucid goes over $4, then you would make a nice truck to Jake. And
you
if
would
it doesn't
have to buy it
Huh?
when it hits, you would have to own it when it hits 4, right?
No, you don't have to own it. You just sell the call itself to someone else who will then do
sell
it.
the call. All right.
Yeah. Because what you do is you say, hey, I have the right for the next 2 years to buy this at $4. It's currently at $16. Would you like to take this right over for me? There's a year left on it.
And if you want to keep it,
you can keep it till it expires. But once it expires, you
had to buy it or sell it.
Yeah, you'd have to buy it at $4. You'd have to put up $4,000, or no, you'd have to put up $400 to buy it. But you'd have it at $400 a share, or $4 a share, and it would be $16 on the open market. So you just turn around and sell it immediately. But the easier thing to do is just sell the call itself.
But the damn thing is only $2 and change right now. You just have to give. What if some other Saudi prince decides to put $1 billion in it? I mean, that's going to make it go up, right? Or if I've always heard this term, and I know what it means, but I mean, you have to work at it. You have to work it. Buy on the rumor.
What is in this? The oldest old man investing proverb. Time in the market beats timing the market.
They gave me a book. I looked at it. One of the first things that he said was, well, you have to time the market, which is impossible. Unless you're some kind of whiz or something.
Or an insider trader.
Yeah.
An inside trader or whatever you want to call them.
Which really sucks if you think about it. If you're going to do, and that's what people like, and I'm going to cite somebody that I dislike a lot, Maxine Waters. She goes out and collects all of this money for her campaign, then she pays her daughter $200,000 to advertise in the campaign, and it's perfectly legal. That's why they gotta go ahead and pass. They got to pass term limits.
You know, getting Congress to limit themselves, like getting politicians to limit themselves.
Well, actually, you could do it through a constitutional convention. It takes us for the majority of the state, which I think is 38, to say we're getting term limits. Congress screwed.
That would be very interesting.
Well, they are. They have those things. I think I forgot how many they're up to. They're 20-something states that already voted for term limits. You know, a lot of Joey, if we get out here and walk about 50 paces, we can walk from North to South Carolina.
Oh, wow.
Right there. You feel it?
Yeah.
That was South Carolina.
What I'm trying to figure out is who the hell would do that, do this. So anytime in the next 2 years, if you buy this call, you can buy Rivian for $4. Right? We've already talked about this. So
Right,
it
but I
goes
don't
up to
understand
20.
why you want to do that if the damn thing is only $2 and change now.
Why? Because in order to do that, you would have to put up $200 to buy 100 shares.
I won't mess with that. I mean, I'd buy 1,000 shares.
So then you can
Make some real money.
It's leverage. So,
But you can also buy 2,000 shares and only put up a little bit of, 10% or something like that in it. It's called something else.
so you would pay $73 for that right. But what I want to know is who would give you that, like who's doing that? Why would you give someone for $73 the chance to absolutely ream you anytime in the next 2 years?
Because you would make money.
Because you think it's going to go bankrupt. But
You think it's going to go bankrupt?
well, that's what the other person is saying when they sell you that call.
Oh. This Bojangles is
But see, even if it doesn't go to $4, it doesn't even have to go to $4 for you, the person who sold the call to profit or bought the call to profit. It doesn't even have to go to $4. It just has to go up. Because the closer it gets to $4, the more likely it is to break $4. And so the value of the option goes up. So it doesn't even have to hit $4 for you to make money.
And how much money would you make? $74, or you would make the difference between the $2.29 and the $4?
No, not in that case.
What do you make in that case?
Probably like $2 or $3.
Over the 100 shares?
No, so the call is in lots of 100. Options are sold in lots of 100 shares. So yeah, you have the right to buy 100 shares of Rivian or Lucid at $4 anytime in the next 2 years. And for that right, you'd have to pay $73. And if it gets up to $3.50, I don't know, in a year, then maybe that call is worth $80 now.
Well, would it not be better just to keep up with the damn stock and the news? There's got to be a way that you can tell an app, hey, I want to hear every damn thing that happens when somebody takes a shit.
Yeah, but once you're hearing about it, it's already too late.
That's
all
why
of
those
that
bastards
shit.
make so much money, because they're going to pass legislation that's going to affect the stock. They know about it, so they buy it.
It's all priced in.
Yeah.
It's right across the street.
Oh. Never did get Ukrainian beer.
No, we came and asked for it.
Yeah, I know that.
So what
That's
do you...
the kind of lucid is the kind of investment that you make when you're old and you have money to gamble.
Okay, because it's a gamble.
I mean, literally, it's just a gamble. Like it's like throwing darts blindfolded.
Which I've done.
I gambled on medical stocks and lost. That's why I keep asking, if for God's sakes, don't even get it to your brokerage account. You don't know if one of those banks broke out and that few shares that I had turned out to be now worth several $1,000s.
Yeah, those medical stocks are. That's like gambling.
That's gambling.
It's straight gambling. Because all it takes is the FDA saying, no, I don't think so. And then they're bankrupt and they're out of business the next day.
I remember Pops got fucked with some Chinese agricultural stock that he bought. And he probably was going to be ready.
See, I don't invest, I don't touch shitty companies. Like, it's not cool investing, but it'll to invest in, you know, boring companies.
Around to go to, there's a street on the side, you can take a right and go to the Bojangles if that's what you want to do.
Joey, which Bojangles do you want to go to?
This one, because I know there's not another one for hours.
No, there's another one.
Okay.
But like the only ones I'm in Intel. I'm in
What's
a
that,
company called
NVIDIA?
Nvidia.
NVIDIA? Is that the shit
Is
chips?
this the turn?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
No. Innovative Autism Services.
Is that the chips that NVIDIA?
What about Nvidia? Nvidia makes graphics cards.
It's different than a graphic card. Graphic is for your games, right?
Yeah, for gaming.
NVIDIA.
For
What is NVIDIA then?
CGI. They make those cards.
But I know one of them that's just gone through
So the
roof.
reason that is Nvidia.
Okay.
Nvidia is about to become the most valuable company in human history.
Yeah, it has
And you
already.
have stock
Ford-
in it?
No, I don't.
Why?
Because once it pops off, it's already too late. Because if you're investing in the company at its all-time high, like,
We can't eat inside.
no.
Okay.
In general, investing in a company when it's at its all-time high is just a bad idea.
Yeah. Well, it's already worth $4 trillion. That's what I was trying to say.
Anyways, Nvidia started popping off, what was it? I think it was 2017, 2018, when Bitcoin exploded.
I still
Nvidia,
don't understand that. 'Cause it doesn't
it's a
exist.
scam. It's a
It
scam.
doesn't exist.
I'm sorry. Excuse me. What is everybody having?
Please order when you're ready.
5-piece Supremes.
I'll have the same,
Fries.
but I will have the buffalo sauce.
With
And
fries? And what do you want to drink?
Pepsi without ice.
Honey, you want a Pepsi?
I'd like a.
Do you want to add a drink with that?
Rudy, what do you want?
I want.
Would you like to add our new peach cobbler for $1.99?
Some chicken.
Regular or large drink?
No, I want 3 chicken supremes.
May I get you anything else?
With a bowl round.
Would you like to round up for military
and Diet
scholarships?
Pepsi.
Thank you. Your total is $14. We'll see you at the window.
I love this AI.
It's bow
pretty
time.
good.
Want to try our 2-piece bird dog combo today?
No. No.
Ask her what her
Please
name
order
is.
when you're ready.
I'll have 2 5-piece combos with fries.
Would you like to bow size that?
No.
It never says
Which drink and
Supreme.
dipping sauce?
Buffalo.
It never says
I-
Supreme.
5-piece Supreme combo. Okay. 1 with Pepsi, no ice. 1 sweet tea. And then I will have a 3-piece Supreme combo with bow rounds. And a Diet Pepsi. And I will have a chicken sandwich. Plain. No combo, just a chicken sandwich.
I tell you, she's totally confused.
I'm sorry, Rudy.
No, you don't apologize.
Would you
to
like
me.
to add our new peach cobbler for $1.99?
No.
All right.
All right.
For your second meal, which fixin', drink and dipping sauce?
So it has the tea there, so Pepsi, no ice.
Pepsi, no ice, no dipping sauce,
And fries.
and fries.
Would that complete your order?
No.
And what would you like for your next order?
A 3-piece chicken supreme with bow rounds and a Diet Pepsi.
Mm.
Which dipping sauce?
No dipping sauce.
It's going to be 5 minutes on the bow rounds. Is that okay?
Just chicken supremes.
Just get the chicken supremes. No bow rounds.
Okay. Bo's chicken, grilled chicken, or Cajun filet sandwich?
Cajun filet sandwich.
Want to make it a combo?
No.
Would that complete your order?
Yes.
That's very good. Very good job.
Oh, yeah.
Just to confirm, I have 5-piece chicken supremes, 1 creamy buffalo, with regular seasoned fries, regular iced tea, no ice. 5-piece chicken supremes, with regular seasoned fries, regular Pepsi, no ice. 3-piece supreme snack, regular Diet Pepsi, Cajun chicken sandwich. Is that correct?
No.
Yes.
No. Ice in the tea.
And they got Pepsi instead of Diet Pepsi.
No, they got Diet.
Please repeat that.
In the 5-piece supreme combo with tea, I want ice in the tea.
Got it. Would that complete your order?
Yes.
Thank you. Your total is $42.85. We'll see you at the window.
And it did get your Diet Pepsi.
You did get the Diet Pepsi. Anyways, NVIDIA before Bitcoin makes graphic cards for gaming, for people who do art, CGI for movies or whatever. You need good graphics cards for that. So that's what they did.
What about the people?
Speech 22 minutes, 22 minutes,
Yeah, they wanna go
28
graphics
seconds.
cards.
Speech off.
So it was a good, solid company, right? Then Bitcoin skyrockets. And I don't know exactly why, but for whatever reason, graphics cards, the way they process is
We gotta get this
the
out
most
the way so we can put
efficient way to mine Bitcoins.
The whole thing, that is not guaranteed by any government, right?
No,
It's not pegged to the dollar.
no, no, I don't touch that shit because it's a no bigger fool scheme. It only makes money as long as there's a bigger fool to buy it from you. And then once it collapses, someone's left holding the bag.
Yeah, and they say that they have.
It's a game of hot potato, basically.
I was listening to a analyst the other day. Actually, it was a professor from one of the big universities. He was trying to explain to me. He said that Bitcoin and another one, Snap, something or other, any company can decide that they're going to issue digital currency, that they in their investment strategy, they look for a crash every certain amount of time. They have it factored. Which makes no fucking sense.
Anyway, graphics cards are very good at mining cryptocurrencies. So when Bitcoin skyrocketed, people bought up as many graphics cards as possible.
Oh, so they could buy.
So they could mine Bitcoin.
I don't understand the term mine.
You just perform a function, and if the Bitcoin software likes it, it'll give you a Bitcoin.
So
And
why
then-
does it say that it's worth millions of dollars?
What is?
I mean, you go through it.
What's worth mil?
No,
Why?
not millions, but they'll say Bitcoins is $1,300 something dollars.
Because I think it's 21 million. There's only 21 million Bitcoins that can be issued.
Well, who decided that?
The guy who designed Bitcoin in the first place.
Oh,
Once it's because of the nature of it. Once he designed it, it's out there, and he can't change. You can't make changes to it.
who says?
Just the nature of the software, because it's
So Bitcoin is a software?
yeah, basically. And so graphics cards are very good at mining cryptocurrencies. So everyone bought up as many graphics cards as they could, and for a long time it was really hard to get a graphics card at a human price. Because what they'll do is they'll buy them up, they'll get a facility, and then they'll run thousands and thousands of graphic cards in clusters to mine this shit. And it costs all kinds of money and electricity and shit like that.
Alright, why, to me, AI,
That would be 4285.
AI is just a next step search engine.
You know how your phone,
Completes the sentence.
yes, that's the same technology, but your phone is a bike and the AI is a Lamborghini.
Okay.
AI just took our order.
Yeah,
Like AI.
because the only thing it does is it guesses what the next word in a sentence should be based on the probability of it coming up in
Yeah.
sentences that it's already studied.
Right, and the more it knows you, the more correct or on target the predictions are. Is that correct? She will get to know you.
Well, those are just content algorithms. It's a different thing.
Okay.
But basically, the way that they train the AIs is they just feed them as much human data as possible. So that then
in this case, let's talk about this case. In this case, it would be the botanic man. And he would know that if you order this thing, you're liable to get this other thing, and he would know all those things, or he would learn. Does it learn, Tom?
So the way it learns is if you give it one sentence, then it's not very good at predicting what word should come after another word. If you give it 2 sentences, it gets better. If you give 3 sentences, it gets better again. If you give it 1,000, if you give it billions, it gets better because it's just the way statistics works.
Okay, why?
Because it becomes more likely that one word comes after another the more data you have to say that it does.
Why does everybody say that it would take so much power to run it? Because the servers have to be bigger to be able to handle all those bits that he has
So
to.
this goes back to NVIDIA. So when I finish my story about NVIDIA.
Please.
So in 2018, 2019, it was impossible to buy a graphics card at a reasonable price because everyone was buying, companies were popping up that were buying up graphics cards by the thousands to run these clusters to mine Bitcoin. Right? Just clusters of thousands of computers with these graphics cards hooked up to mine Bitcoin. And these clusters are very, very energy intensive. They require a lot of electricity. And so fast forward to 2022 when ChatGPT comes out and everyone loses their fucking mind. It also turns out that the kinds of calculations and processes that AIs run on are best done by graphics cards, GPUs. And that's when NVIDIA takes off, when everybody realizes that AI is the next new thing, where AI runs on these graphics cards.
Pepsi, no ice.
It would be me.
Pepsi, no ice. And Diet Pepsi. Would you like a bag?
No, but I don't think you can hand them all to me at the same time.
That's okay. That's the cake and sandwich.
Thank you. What's
I didn't pack these, so I'm not sure exactly which one would.
Okay, we'll
That's
figure
yours.
it out.
Here, that's yours. That's yours. Can I have some napkins? Thank you.
I think I forgot straws.
This one's Josephus.
Thank you. Everybody got the right thing?
I got mine right there.
Hmm?
Okay.
Napkins.
So-
Hold on a second, please. Joe, you situated back there?
Mm-hmm.
Damn it!
What?
Nothing.
Joe's good. I got Joe.
Why do you like cussing out inanimate objects so much?
Better than cussing out animate objects.
Joe, would you like me to explain?
Yeah.
This requires a discussion on personality types.
Okay.
Anyways, we'll do this one later. So, AI in 2022 with ChatGPT shows up. Everyone loses their mind.
Hold on.
That's your Pepsi. Everyone loses their mind over it because, you know, it does look really good. Like, it looks like it thinks, basically. And everyone loses their mind.
The graphic card?
No, the AI looks like it's sentient to the uninitiated, right? And so everyone loses their mind. Everyone wants to invest in AI. How do you invest in AI? You can invest in an AI company, or you can invest in the GPUs that are needed to run AI.
CPU?
The graphics cards that AI that can do the calculations for AI to run. And so you can either invest in OpenAI or whatever AI company you want, or you can invest in the shit that AI runs on, which is graphics cards. And who has the best graphics card business in the market? NVIDIA. So everyone just piles onto an NVIDIA because
NVIDIA or NVIDIA?
NVIDIA. And everyone just piles onto an NVIDIA because they say, okay, AI is about to boom. There's going to be a lot of demand for graphics cards. NVIDIA is going to make a mountain of money, 2 mountains of money.
It's already worth $4 trillion.
Well, this is after what I'm describing to you.
Okay.
And then everyone realizes they need graphics cards. We invest in graphic card company. Who's the best one? NVIDIA. NVIDIA explodes in value. And the reason they say AI costs will be very energy intensive is because it runs on those energy intensive graphics cards. So that is why NVIDIA is the most valuable company in the world right now.
Okay.
But
So what's to keep Tony or Bin Salman from Saudi Arabia to start a company to make graphic cards?
because you need a very, very expensive factory that takes a long time to build. You need the expertise on how to make them. You know, NVIDIA's not going to share their processes to make their best GPUs with anybody. I mean, it requires very sophisticated machinery to produce these. So you have to have the cash and the time to build a factory, and then you would also need the expertise. You'd also have to spend billions in R&D. And it would be a decade before you get a product that's anything as near where NVIDIA is producing now. And so this popped off in 2022. NVIDIA's basically got the market by the balls until the 2030s.
Incredible. did you say that the media started to explode? What year?
Well, I remember when I was in Hopeway, it was when Bitcoin took off. So that was late 2017. So 2018, 2019 is when it started rocketing. And then in 2022.
So, if you had bought 1,000 shares of that company in 2018, okay, now they're so high, and you made all this money, how are you a bad guy?
What do you mean?
You want to tax these people. But I don't see how to tax unrealized gains. You're going to get a tax credit if you're taxed 1 year at a rate and it goes down.
I mean, if they're unrealized, then they could still lose all of it.
That's right. Well, how do you tax that?
When they take it out.
That's right.
But having NVIDIA,
But they were floating around taxing unrealized gains.
until you take it out, you might as well not have it at all. Unless you go and get a loan with that as collateral, and then you tax the loan.
That's what people do anyway.
What?
Get a loan, use the collateral. That's covered, Joe.
So this hypothetical person you're talking about, they have, I don't know, 20,000 invested in NVIDIA in 2010. NVIDIA pops off, they're a millionaire. But until they try and take the money out of the market, they might as well not do and be a millionaire. Because they can't buy anything. Like, until you take it out of the market, the money doesn't matter for your life.
Well, you can put it up, go to a bank, put it up for collateral,
And get a loan.
Right.
So whether they get a loan or try and take it out of the market, wherever they're trying to make the money real is where you tax them.
Basically, you're saying tax on borrowing money, which is usually where you get a tax credit.
We're like, how'd Bojangles get a hold of a bunch of AI when they pretty much outfitted all their restaurants with it?
That's just a program.
What, the AI thing?
Yeah. They either bought a program or paying a subscription to somebody to furnish that and maintain that program. You know what's wild about it?
What?
You know what's wild about it?
What?
In the middle of the sentence, you can start speaking in Spanish and you'll understand you too.
Have you done that before?
No?
Well, how do you know that?
Because it says so.
It does?
In a marquee, yeah. Start speaking Spanish and oh, Linda.
But that's like, it's really cool that you got AI. You take your order now. You don't have to worry about, you know how when you go to a place the speakers are old and you can't understand them?
It circumvents the need to speak Negro.
No, it's not that, Daddy. Sometimes the speakers.
Understand Negro. Or Ebonics, if that's what you want to call it.
We need to get an AI, we need to get some AI sewing machine operators at work.
So, you know,
Why?
you won't have a job. That's what there's.
No, I'm talking about the sighted people. The sighted jobs.
Where the big hit is going to come is in white collar.
Like sighted jobs, or you get robots and train blind people how to operate them.
We would just talk to the robot.
Yeah. Hey, like, give me hey, like, I need 1,000 of these things.
Of course, that would never work. You would have to be super specific. Machine.
Well, when I say these things, I mean, not like, of course I wouldn't say that. Hey, I need 1,018 bar tack. Trying to get an automated laser machine so that blind people can actually operate the lasers and cut our own stuff, because like I said, for that new shirt idea, blind people do it better. I was packing yesterday, I was packing on Friday, dude, next to a sighted guy, and the sighted guy was doing the rolling, and I was packing him. That guy couldn't roll worth a shit.
That's why some of these ultra intelligent, futuristic looking people like Musk are talking about
something like Ultra Fantasy World, blind people would hold all the cards.
No, but it would be great for surgery. Maybe they position somebody in a certain table and then robot.
Oh, travels at 740.
714 miles, right, Joe?
Yeah. Basically from Charlotte to Miami in an hour.
Yeah, because then you would cut your reaction time by.
You want to know an interesting story, Joe?
Huh?
Joe, you want to hear an interesting story?
Yeah.
So back in the good old days, right?
Yeah.
Was that 10 years ago?
No, like the late 1800s.
Oh, okay.
How was I going to tell this story? Alright, let me ask. Do you know what the luminiferous aether was?
Nope.
Ether.
Ether. You know what that was?
No.
I know what ether was, but I've never heard it described.
It was a theory about what space was made of. What outer space was made of. And now, we know now that the answer is nothing. It's not, there's nothing there. There can just be nothing there, that's okay. But in the past, they thought that there had to be a medium, like a physical thing that made up outer space between planets and stars and whatever. And the story of why they thought that is really interesting. Because right now, it sounds like a crazy idea. Because we know the answer. But back then, it was a really good idea. Because back then, in the late 1800s, they figured out that light acts like a wave, right?
Yeah.
And what does a wave need to travel?
Space.
No. Well, a wave in the ocean needs water.
Yeah.
A sound wave needs air, right?
Yeah.
So if light is a wave and it travels through space, then it has to propagate through something, right? Because waves propagate through something.
Yeah.
So what is that something? The answer they came up with is the ether.
Oh.
So it was a really good idea.
Ether,
Wrong.
like they used to use for anesthesia, didn't
I mean, it makes sense, though.
It makes perfect sense.
they? Well, it
Joe.
makes sense. There has to be something there.
It makes perfect sense with what they knew at the time, with the data that they had at the time. It made great sense. And so they perform experiments and make observations. And they get this data back. And they look at it and say, well, that can't be right. If there's a luminiferous aether, we should get this answer. But instead, the data that's coming in is a different answer. So then something is wrong.
What is it? Dark matter, Tony.
Dark matter is a placeholder for something that you don't fully understand.
Oh, okay.
So
Here's the Bojangles we always stop at, Joe.
Huh? I thought it was the one that was the one we always stopped at.
So the dark matter theory comes from an observation, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we have ways of estimating how much matter is in a galaxy, right, Joe?
Yeah.
We can do that. And galaxies spin, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we can measure how fast they spin. But how fast something spins is greatly influenced by how much mass it has, right?
Mm-hmm.
calculate the mass of a galaxy and then say, hey, galaxies of this size spin at this speed. Make a full rotation every million something years or whatever. And they look at how much matter is in the galaxy and they say, wait a minute, that's not right. Something with this mass would actually spin at this speed that's way different from the speed we're seeing. So then there must be something there that is adding additional mass to the galaxy, which allows it to spin at the rate we are seeing.
That's what dark matter does.
And that is what dark matter is. That's something that is making galaxies spin faster than they should, given their observed mass.
A bigger galaxy would spin faster than a smaller galaxy.
I don't know if it's faster or slower. I don't know what it is. I just know that how fast it spins is a function of how much matter it has, mass it has.
How big it is, really.
Right?
Here's what I don't understand. If the universe is expanding, have they calculated what speed is expanding at?
Yeah, they know.
What speed?
I don't know, but I don't know what the speed
of light,
is.
right?
No. So it
Well,
depends.
wouldn't we also be expanding? We're part of the universe.
Yeah, we are. So space expands at a certain rate per block, right? The block is very, very tiny, but space expands at a certain rate everywhere. So in a small block, it expands very slowly. But in a large block, there's thousands, and there's many, many blocks making up a larger block, so it expands faster.
Where does it expand to?
Nothing. There's nothing outside of space. It doesn't expand into anything.
But if you take a rubber band and pull it,
It expands in space. Into other space. So the problem that we have is our senses have developed to understand a macroscopic three-dimensional world with these attributes. And anything outside of those is very difficult to understand for intuitively. But there doesn't have to be anything for space to expand into, because space is all there is.
Hey, Dad.
yes, Joe?
Oh, man.
Oh, you got
Bojangles is good.
it's got trash.
Also, why the universe doesn't have to have a beginning.
You know, right now as we speak, the Earth is spinning at 25,000 miles an hour.
Damn, Joe, that's fast.
So are we.
Maybe I'm so dizzy.
That could be.
Why are you dizzy?
You want me to drive?
So that's also why space doesn't, the universe doesn't need to have a beginning.
Says who?
Science.
Science says that
Logic.
at one time the whole damn universe would fit in the palm of your hand.
Yeah, but what is a beginning?
It was created.
What is a beginning?
Something else's end.
It's a point in time, right?
Well, how is the beginning of a road a point of time?
But it's a temporal extremely condensed state, time doesn't exist. This doesn't mean anything. Because what is time, Joe?
The fourth
But then why
dimension.
the fuck do we get old if it doesn't mean anything?
Because it means something now, but in the extremely hot, condensed state that the universe was in before the Big Bang, time doesn't mean anything. Why does time not mean anything? In the movies, when time stops, what happens?
Everything else stops.
When like time stops in a movie, what happens?
Everybody starts moving slower.
Everyone starts moving slower as time gets slower, and then when time stops, everything stops moving. If you could stop time, everything would stop moving, right?
Well, yeah.
So then what is time? Time is an emergent property of the motion of things, of matter, whatever. So time exists because things move. But the universe, when it was extremely small, things don't exist as they do now. Like,
Of course.
it's just energy. There's no matter. So time doesn't exist. Space doesn't exist. Like, it's just because space is just the relative distance between two things. Right? And if there's no things, if it's just energy, then there's no space, no time. So a beginning, a temporal thing, an end, a temporal thing don't mean anything.
Hell, it does.
To us it does, because we exist in space and time. But in a place where space and time don't exist, there's no such thing as a beginning or an end.
It's gotta be it. It's gotta exist.
It doesn't. It's just hard to understand. It's hard to wrap your head around, but it just...
What is that? Quantum stuff?
Yep.
So right now, we're moving through time,
Yeah.
but we're moving down the road.
Yeah.
So what's the road doing?
The road is also moving.
I guess it's moving with the Earth, right?
Yeah, and what is the Earth moving around?
Time and space.
No, the sun.
The sun.
What is the sun moving around?
Time and space.
No, the supermassive black hole at the center of the galaxy. What is the galaxy moving around?
Dark matter?
It's moving in a cluster of other galaxies. Local cluster.
I think they've observed some galaxies crashing into one another.
Yeah, that happens. But it's not a violent thing. Like, there's so much space between things that nothing actually like hits. It can, but probably does, but the rate is so low that it's not worth mentioning.
This is a very interesting topic.
It is a very interesting topic, Joe. That's why I'm talking about it. That's why I can talk about it, because it interested me, so I figured it, so I learned about it.
Can you imagine what kind of mental capacity somebody like Hawkins or something?
That's why, like, everyone, it's easy to say, when someone mentions Einstein, you think, oh, Einstein was hearing about it, you go, holy shit.
Like,
This
is it?
guy was brilliant.
I thought relativity was like.
You can't appreciate Einstein being a genius until you try, until you understand a little bit about what he was talking about.
We used to talk about the fabric of space, which you say that there isn't any. But he said that the planet's gravity made a curvature, or, you know, in the fabric of space.
Yeah.
I thought relativity was like, yeah, this place isn't that far because, like me saying Gastonia is not far because I drive, like, my job is like 40 minutes or 2 hours if you take STS each way.
Never forget that.
I thought that was relativity.
Relativity, Joey, has so many implications. Let me give you one, okay? If you sit, if you put your hand, if you sit on a hot stove for a fraction of a second, it seems like an eternity. But if you spend hours with your favorite girl, it seems
Like a second.
like a second.
Because it's unpleasant to be sit on a hot stove, and it's pleasant to be with your favorite girl.
Right. So that's what they say, relativity. Everything is relative.
Well, Joe, are you moving right now? You are moving right now. But, like, your body, are you moving right now?
Yeah.
What?
Well, no, my body's not moving.
No, you're not.
The car is
You're
moving
not.
and we're inside the car, so we're moving at 60, 55 miles.
You're not
Right?
moving.
And the earth is moving at 800 miles an hour, rotating.
I thought it was.
Yeah, we're moving.
Yeah. Like, my body's not moving, but I am in a moving vehicle.
Yeah, but you are stationary.
Yes.
And if you could see, you could look out the window and everything around you is moving and you're sitting still. From your perspective, you're sitting still and everything else is moving.
Uh-huh.
But if I'm sitting in a house on the side of the road watching you go by, you're the one moving.
Yep.
And I'm sitting still.
Yep.
That's relativity. Because the only way movement makes sense is in relation to something else,
Uh-huh.
right?
Yep.
Because you can't tell, if you were sitting in the middle of space, you wouldn't be able to tell you were moving until something else came into view.
What about me, like, until I, like, so if I were standing on the, if I were standing on the street, I wouldn't be, like, you were talking about, and a car would come by, like, I wouldn't be able to tell that I was, like, not moving until I heard a car come by.
Yeah. If you're floating out in the middle of space, you wouldn't be able to tell you're moving unless there was something that you could perceive. Right? Because let's imagine you're just floating in space. There's nothing around you. And then from the left,
The point of reference is also moving.
no, your point of reference is always stationary.
You can't be, because the Earth is moving and the galaxy is moving.
No, your point of reference is always stationary. Everything else is moving around you.
It can't be.
Wait, so how, if a
That's
point
the
of
whole-
reference,
that's the
if a
whole
point of reference is, like, say, Trade and Tryon, right? The point of reference, dead center of Charlotte. how does it stay stationary if it's part of the Earth and the Earth is moving?
Because all of the Earth is moving around
it. So this whole topic is like interesting. It doesn't really. Why does it seem to defy common sense?
Because that's just what the universe does. Because we are a very, 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 very small part of the universe. And we only understand we only intuitively understand this small part. But there's a lot more.
So like there's the world, right? Like,
What do you mean the world?
the world
Planet
is
Earth?
yeah. So like the world meaning like, oh, you say, oh, this is the busiest airport in the world, and some people like in documentaries they say this is the busiest airport on the planet.
Yeah.
Like, is that the same thing? Like the world and the planet?
It just depends on the context of the conversation. I mean, suppose there was an airport on the moon. And you say this is the busiest airport in the world.
That would mean people would have to live on the moon.
Does the world include the moon? Because our world has expanded to the moon. You would have to say this is the biggest airport on Earth. You'd have to be more specific.
So what is the moon? Is the moon part of the planet?
No. Because the world and the planet are two different things at this point. Right now, the world and the planet are the same thing. If our world expanded beyond the planet, then they would be different, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But where is the matter coming for it to expand? The world. I'm only talking about the globe. Earth. Eventually, he would expand and leave a donut hole in the middle.
That is how slow space expands on a microscopic scale. On a macroscopic scale, that's totally unfathomable for people. It spans very fast.
Are you tired already?
Yes, I'm so sleepy right now.
Right? And there's certain parts of the universe that between that part and where we are now, space is expanding faster than light is traveling through it.
Nothing can move faster than
It's not actual movement. Space is expanding. Space moves in light. Or light moves in space. So you have a block of space. It expands into 2 blocks of space. And those 2 blocks expand into 4 blocks. And those 4 blocks expand into, 16?
Just stop here and let me drive. Oh my God, Susan.
What?
That's a long ways from here and you're slapping yourself. Why would you do that when there's 3 drivers in the car? I have no idea.
Where are you gonna stop?
There was a place we could have stopped there.
Anyways,
Maybe this is the most you've talked since you've been home.
really.
No, you can talk about this for the
like when you get on a a cruise ship.
When the wave in the ocean becomes big enough, it crests into the white cap. So in this analogy, the white cap would be matter, antimatter popping into existence in the middle of space. And then they immediately cancel each other out and the white cap disappears. Right? You following?
Yeah.
Okay. So when this happens at the edge of a black hole, at the edge of an event horizon, one of these antimatter-matter pairs escapes, gets away. Right?
I thought it would just be absorbed by the greater ocean, in this case, universe.
No, so this is where you need to stop thinking about the ocean. The analogy doesn't matter anymore. The analogy is just to explain to you how particles pop into and out of existence randomly in the middle of space. They pop in as a matter-antimatter pair, and then they find each other and cancel out.
She's literally slapping herself to stay awake.
And so, when this happens at the edge, the exact edge of a black hole,
How are you gonna have this conversation and pay attention to driving, Daddy?
you're fine.
That would be hard,
Well,
wouldn't it?
Actually, it's better because your brain is active.
And so what happens at the edge of the black hole, one part of the pair falls in and the other part escapes free. Because the event horizon is...
Nothing can escape the black hole. Not even
But
light.
there's a line. There's a line. Here it can't escape. Here it can. The pair spawns in with one on each side of the line. So one gets away, the other falls in.
Can't evaporate in space.
And then what falls in
What, Mommy?
is antimatter. And
Why
what-
not matter?
Huh? Because it's the radiation that comes out. It's the stuff that comes out. And what falls in is the antimatter. And what's the black hole made of?
Who the hell knows?
It's made of matter. The black hole is made of matter. So the antimatter falls into the black hole, the matter escapes. And what happens when matter and antimatter come into contact?
Well, up to this point, it would make a terrific explosion. That's what I needed
No.
was always known.
This is happening in front of your face right now.
How?
Because space fluctuates. The energy levels of space fluctuate. All the time. And so,
That
antimatter falls into the black hole, the matter escapes as radiation. And then the antimatter falls into the center of the black hole. What's the center of the black hole made of? Matter.
Yeah.
So, over time, this gradually chips away at the matter in the black hole until it evaporates completely. Do you understand how black
no,
holes evaporate?
it honestly, it's the complete opposite to me. If this antimatter keeps falling into the damn thing, it would eventually fill the black hole.
No, because you have 100, say the black hole is made up of 100 pieces of matter. One piece of antimatter falls into it, now it's made of 99. Another falls in, it's made of 98.
And eventually it would just disappear.
Eventually it just disappears. But while the black hole is
Well,
big,
who came up with the only thing that falls into a black hole is antimatter?
exploding. It's
So
just a
it's an
massive
explosion.
burst of light.
Okay. How do they form?
How do black holes form? When matter just gets too dense.
What are we doing here?
Daddy's gonna drive because mommy's falling asleep.
Daddy's gonna go inside. Why don't you park over there so I can pee?
Because we were gonna stop at McLeod's. You have to pee now, or can you wait till McLeod's? No,
I can wait till my cloud.
You don't want to pee in here. It's
it's nasty.
a freaking
Yeah.
shithole.
Yeah.
Oh. Ever since the hooker looked at a whole.
No, they BBD. No, the Hookalo can run a good convenience store.
Yeah, I know, like Mr. What's his name up in
Mr. Ahmed.
Should we run that to the trash? Oh my God, it's hot.
God almighty. Is there a trash can in there?
Hey, I got more trash.
Are those your glasses on the
Yes,
floor?
they fell on the floor.
Oh man.
You want to take that?
No.
No, put
Yeah.
it in the center, Tony. Can you please move your purse? You all right, Joe?
Yeah.
That's
I just had to move my bag out of the way.
Oh,
Tony, are you in here?
Yes.
call to everybody.
So let's go backtrack. Let's backtrack.
No. How does it form?
Oh.
Pay attention to the road.
I am paying attention.
Because matter clumps up together because of gravity. And when the clump becomes too dense, right? So the Earth is X massive, right? And it takes, you have to get a rocket to get off Earth. Right?
You have to escape the gravity.
You have to escape Earth's gravity with a rocket, and it takes a certain amount of energy.
Right.
But if there's a planet that's X plus 1 massive as Earth,
It'll take more energy.
it takes more energy to get off. And then
Now,
if it's
were able
X
to
plus
see
2,
that, not with a planet, but with a moon, the way those guys would
yeah,
jump because the gravity
right?
was
Because the gravity is less. But it gets to a point where if the gravity is so great that even light doesn't have enough energy to get out, to escape the gravity of the object. And that's a black
That's
hole.
a black hole.
In fact, they figured it out using this same thought experiment way before eventually they get so close together, the only thing left to do is fuse. And that gives off enough energy to fight gravity for a while. That's what a star is. But eventually you run out of things to fuse, and the only thing left to do is collapse into a point.
Oh, so that's how the black hole comes. It's a collapsing star.
It doesn't have to be, but yeah.
Oh, so they, because at the time now I remember that's what I heard. It's a star that collapses.
But it only happens when there's enough mass. So the sun won't collapse into a black hole because there's not enough mass. The outer layers will get jettisoned off into space, and it'll be a dense ball of neutrons or whatever, I don't know. But it'll like lock into place where there's nothing, no movement is possible left until very little is possible. So that's what a black hole is.
I've always understood it was a collapsing star.
Yeah.
Now you're telling me, yeah, that's one way, and that's more than one way.
But there's a supermassive black hole at the center of the galaxy. It's made up of 10 billion solar masses. There's no star that size. We've never seen anything that size. That would. So they just merge.
What would happen if two of those things collided?
They just merge. They just add their masses to each other and become one black hole. But this gives off gravitational waves that we detected for the first time in 2015. You can actually hear it. It's actually really interesting because the waves have frequencies, right?
Yeah, hey Joe,
Huh?
you hear what he said?
About what?
Do you know that some astronomers are blind because it's all about listening into sounds?
Wow.
Alright, Joe, hold on a sec.
Huh?
That's what it sounds like.
What? A wildebeest? What are you doing?
That's the frequency of the gravitational wave made into sound.
Oh, it sounds like a wildebeest.
And that drop sound is when they merge.
Ah.
Well, here's something to chew on.
Huh?
So we've been talking about matter and antimatter, right?
Mm-hmm.
antimatter and matter cancel out, how is there matter left in the universe?
There's more matter than there is antimatter.
No, but matter and antimatter come into existence at the same time and then cancel each other out. So then how is there matter left to make the sun, the stars, Earth, planets, us?
Just gave you the answer.
Huh?
Just gave you the answer. There's more of one than the other. Or more.
But why is there more? Why does that happen?
I have no clue.
Yeah, Joe. Everyone does. No one has a clue. That's actually one of the big unsolved mysteries in physics. Why that's the case.